Hi all, welcome to Bhavya's Arts. Today we will be going to do watercolor painting. So whoever joined the workshop today, just type your name, from which place you are joining, name of your place in your chat box. If you have during the class, okay, while we are drawing and painting, if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat box. Okay. If you are my old students, so you can type your name and from which batch you are. You can mention from which batch you are. Okay. So I hope everyone are ready with materials for this workshop. So we have already shared all the material list in our class group. Okay. I'll show what are the materials we are going to use now. Okay. So this is the 300 GSM A4 size paper. This is a 300 GSM A4 size paper. So if you touch this paper, every paper will have two sides, right? So 300 GSM paper, how it will be, how to use. First, you need to touch both the sides. You need to feel which side is rough. Okay, the rough side you need to use for watercolor painting. Okay, so this is my rough side of the paper. So I have stick this paper in vertical direction by using sellotape. You can use non-adhesive sellotape, masking tape, anything like that. If you don't have with you, you can also use sellotape. Okay, so you need to stick sellotape on all four sides. It's compulsory. If you are using books, okay, so one side of the book will be in a binded way and you will get three sides. So try to stick three sides. Okay, today is watercolor painting, so we will be going to use watercolors. These are called watercolor cakes. These are very hard. So before starting drawing only, you need to put water on all the colors so that when you are ready to paint at the time, paint will get loosened and for application it will be easy. These are watercolor cakes. For suppose if you don't have watercolor cakes, if you have only watercolor tubes, you can use watercolor tubes like this. This is also same ratio will follow for watercolor cakes and watercolor cubes. Watercolor ratio will be almost same. Okay. Mm. You should have color mixing plate. This is called color mixing plate where we'll fill all the spaces with the color and this parts will be used for color mixing. Okay, so today in this workshop we'll be having color mixings. So try to get color mixing plate. If you don't have, for suppose, you can use normal plate, any plate, plastic plate or steel plate, anything you can use. Okay. Next, about the brushes. So we'll be using mob brush. Mob brush is also called round brush. Okay, so this is the mob brush, which is in round shape, and this is the number 8. This brush will use to apply color on the larger surfaces. This is a brush. It is two number brush, which we use for drawing the lines. Okay. And you can use brush number 8. If you don't have more brush number 8, you can use brush number 8. This is brush number 8. This is more brush number 8. Both you can use. Okay. And for color mixing, you need to take different brushes. You should not use the same brush which you are using for application. For color mixing, you can use this brush. This is 10 number brush. Okay. So these are the brushes we'll be using. You will get in wide varieties. This is a 20 number brush. Okay. So these are about brushes. If you don't have all these brushes, not a problem. Whatever brush you have, use that and learn the concept, learn the application, learn watercolor mixing. Okay. So once you have learned properly, you can buy all this stuff and you can do with this materials. Okay. And finally you need water. So you need to take 2 bowls of water. See, today we'll be using loose watercolor painting, right? So we need 2 bowls. One bowl we'll use for cleaning the brush. Whenever we use darker colors, that colors should be cleaned in one bowl, and another bowl is for lighter values. Okay, so you need 2 bowls of water. If you have cloth for wiping purpose, you can use cloth. If you don't have cloth, you can use normal tissue roll. So tissue roll or kitchen towels or facial tissues, anything you can use. Okay. So these are about the material list. I hope everyone is having the materials. If you don't have, not a problem. You can use it, whatever you have. And for drawing purpose, we'll be using normal HB pencil, if you which we use for writing, and eraser, normal eraser and a sharpener. Okay. So drawing will won't be more, only painting part will be more today. Okay. So I'm going to explain the reference image now. So everyone be attentive. We'll see first reference image. What is this image and how to compose. So for every artist will get confused after seeing any reference image because they don't know how to start on the white paper. Or if they have started also, the composition will look something empty. Okay, it won't look like fullness in the paper because the understanding is important. Okay, so now this is a simple, for our eyes, we feel like this is a simple landscape which is having a car. And for our eyes, what we will see first? The brighter colors. First, we will catch bright colors with our eyes, right? So, first bright color what we have observed is car. Car is in orange color and also it is a vintage car, right? And next, which bright color we can see? That is blue color and also the flowers. These three colors are complementing each other, but they are all dark colors itself. But and also we can see the white background. For our eyes, it look like white background. We feel illusion like it is a white background and a gray foreground, right? But because of the sunlight from which side it is coming from? It is coming from left side. Sun rays are touching this uh, elements from left side. So that only you can observe the shadows which are forming in the opposite direction. Understood? And also you can see the brightest spots on the walls because of the sunlight. Okay. So now in real, this background is in a gray color. Okay. This is in completely gray color. Okay. But it is looking like, okay, it is looking like white color. Okay. And also the flowers. Flowers are having, carrying its shadows. Okay. And the consistent values when consistent highlight values because of the sun rays. Understood? And inside the door, where you can see the blue color, there, though the sunlight is falling, sun rays are touching the elements. Here, whatever the brightness we are observing, that is the reflected brightness of the sunlight. Okay, sunlight is touching the foreground, and that from foreground the light is reflecting towards upside, and because of that reason we can able to observe this brightness of the uh, this door. Understood? And also the cracks, you can see the detailing, deep detailings in the wall. Okay, so in usually watercolor, what it will do, it will capture the shapes, consistency and composition, light and shadow. Okay, this watercolor doesn't depends upon the natural, the realistic work. Okay, we will observe the natural shape, natural coloring and all, but we don't rely on the realistic approach, realistic way of composition. Okay, so this is about reference image. Did you got everyone? Till here, everything is clear, right? Okay. Now, can we move to the next step? Now, what we'll do, we'll take the paper and we'll start drawing. Everyone are ready? Type yes in the chat if you are ready. Um, Now, what you have to do, take 300 GSM paper and stick this paper to your plank in vertical direction. Everyone do this step. Stick paper to the plank in vertical direction. Stick it. See, before drawing, you need to sharpen your pencil. Your pencil, it should be sharp. Okay, so everyone try to sharpen your pencil. Your pencil lid should be sharp. Sharpen. Now, observe the screen. I will be showing what is background and what is foreground. In every painting, we follow the same step like background and foreground. Foreground is very important because whenever we study light and shadow, reflection lights will add depth to your artwork. Whatever artwork you do, this is the process. Okay. So see, this is the paper. I'm taking one rough paper. Okay. Now I'll fold this paper like this. Okay. So if I place like this and an object here, okay, this part is called foreground. The part which is in vertical way, that is called background. Understood? This is the background. This is the foreground. Understood? See, now my light is coming from my right side and it is touching the elements here which I placed on foreground. Because of that, you can see the shadow values here. These are the shadow values, even in the foreground level. Okay, that is the use of knowing the knowledge of foreground and the background. Now we will apply same thing while drawing. Now draw one horizontal line. If you draw in the standing line position is called vertical line. If you draw like this, is like horizontal line. See, down path, you need to leave this much space, approximation space. Okay, if you want to use scale, you can use, not a problem. Okay. If you want to draw with freehand, you can draw. Because anyhow, once we compose all the elements, we'll erase this line. Use the scale. So this much space you need to leave. Okay. Do it again. Completed. If you have completed, type yes in the chat. Everyone who have joined the class, be interactive. If I'm asking you completed, type yes in the chat. If you have not yet done or no, like that you need to interact. So that I'll take pauses now. Now we will start with wall. So this side, yes. On the left side, draw a vertical line. Don't use scale here because this need not to be straight. Okay. Just give a vertical line like this. Done. Yes. Now, this is the basic line. Now we will draw curved line like this. The cracks which you observe in the reference image that you need to draw. That is the cracks. Here I am making it dark in your paper. Okay, you don't do dark lines. It should be very light. Be careful. Lines when you are using watercolor paintings, lines should be very light so that the lines should not get mixed up with the colors. We will be using lighter value colors mostly. So do this. So completed. Now up completed everyone. Now we'll move to the next step. Draw two standing lines. Here you draw two standing lines. Now join this line with the sleeping line. Join it. Now again one more standing line like this. Here you need to join with a slant line. Okay, this side, the sleeping line became foreground and this vertical line became a background. Understood? Now you need to draw one vertical line inside the shape. That is the window part. Okay? Yes. Now, now we will draw door one. Door is a prominent element which we can able to see in this reference image, right? So first we will divide door and the wall with vertical line. So this part is the wall part and from here we are making the door part. So draw the line. Completed. Now just increase this line height. Draw one rectangular shape like this. Yes. Everyone do that. Completed. Yes. Completed. Type yes in the chat. Till here, anyone is having questions? Okay. Good. Now, yes. Okay. Now draw one sleeping line inside it like this. Okay. And then a small sleeping line like this. So this wall is having some uneven surface. So we will make some lines because while painting we will miss all these things. So we'll give some lines like this so that while painting we will get an idea we need to color with, we need to use different color here. Okay. So like this. Do it. If you are using scale, okay, you will get straight lines. So here we are not focusing on straight lines. We need little line curve lines. No, it should not be completely straight. Okay. So try to avoid scale. If you have used scale also, you can place it little tilted way like that. Very little. Okay. So now draw the two lines like this. Completed? Done? Yes. Now, inside the door, you need to draw one more small line, thin line like this on both the sides. See, and here you need to see the two steps, okay? See here, mm, this part also you need to draw one more line like this, and inside like this. Try to avoid usage of eraser more. If it is necessary, then only use eraser. Okay. So when we are using lighter value colors like complementary colors in that lighter values, at that time you need to use less eraser because it will leave so much dust that will disturb the coloring part. Okay. Now on the door there is some structures, rust structures. Okay. You can give different values like this. Okay. Add it. Okay. So this is the door part. Once you everyone finished, then we will move to the drawing of car. Completed, finished. This one. So draw it like this. Inside, one fine linings are there. We need to draw that lines also. See, while painting, what we will do, we will use free flow painting, right? At that time, what happens? We'll miss few detailings. Okay, so you need to make sure you will be going to mark all the detailings with the pencil itself. Okay, so as a beginner level, you need to understand this one. Okay, once you have practiced so many times, then it will be easy for you to remember all the things. Okay, now in this left side, you can see few shadows. We'll add it with the color itself. Not needed. Now, now what you have to do from here, I am drawing the car. So I'm not I'm not going to draw car shape as it is, which I see. First, I'll make sure I'll put some points, I'll put some lines, and then I'll give the shape. Now, first, what I am doing, I am seeing the distance, how much I can draw. On the foreground, wheels will be there. This is the wheels part. Okay. If you don't have tape, let it be. What we can do now, right? Whatever, however you want to draw it. Learn the concept. Concentrate, focus on the class. Okay. And don't expect me to answer silly questions. Okay. Next, front part of the car. Till here, everyone draw. See, we are not going to, yes, we are not going to start directly with the shape. We are measuring the car with the lines. Okay, I'm using just lines, not curves. With the help of lines, I'm measuring it. Draw this much. Okay, now inside the car, so this part is the shield, front shield. You need to make this part. See, this line everyone should do. This is the very thin line which I have done. Now, near to that shield, you need to make one more line like this. This is the light part. Okay. So, for this car, so wheels will be, front will be here. Here you have to draw one circle. If you are unable to draw the circle with free hand, you can use any type of circular objects which are very small. You can use cap, okay, or you can use circular things like anything, okay. Now, backside wheel. So, before drawing the backside wheel, first we'll make sure the backside shield, car shield like this. Placement of backside shield, okay. Yes. Everyone draw this. If you have completed drawing the curves of the car, let me know. Done? Yes. Everyone completed? Now, yes. So we are drawing very slowly. Everyone should do properly. Okay. Don't mess up with the artwork. After completion of your artwork, if you can share your artwork, that will be nice. Hmm. See, near to the windshield, down to the windshield, one more circle you need to draw like this. This is front wheel, this is back wheel. Draw it. Okay. Now, from the front light, you need to pull a curve like this. Mhm. Observe the screen. Here I should move my hand like this only. Draw it. Completed everyone? Done? See, here you need to leave little space when drawing. While drawing with the pencil, we feel that it is space is more. Okay. But when we are painting with brush, when we are doing lines with the brush, what happens? That color will flow. That too in watercolor painting, what it happens? The color will expand. Okay. Because of that, at that time, we sometimes what will happens? That color will get mixed up with the other color. Okay. Now draw like this. And like this. Here, two windows. Okay. Why you erase a door inside the car? You follow the steps, no? What you are asking is, um, it's telling that you are not following the class. Follow step by step. Okay. Mm. Okay. Completed everyone. Now, just a slant line here. Yes. Okay. Now, slant line and a sleeping line like this. Slant line. So from here, we need to pull up curve. One more curve like this. Draw it till here. So, whatever art you see, okay, if you go to the galleries or if you attend to a museum, art museums like that, you know, especially in paintings, what you need to observe is, yes, what you need to observe is how much time the artist have took to finish the artwork. Okay, you need to analyze the things like how many layers he might have used for painting and finishing the artwork, or what type of materials he used. You need to analyze by looking at the art itself. Okay, so that are the steps why you need to observe. It will develop your natural observation skills. Okay, if you develop natural observation skills, it will be easy for you to draw or paint plain air. Plain air in the sense live painting. Okay. Now, backside of the car, we will give one light, backlight. Mhm. So just give one like this. Okay. Here I am going to develop the proper curve here. This side, you need to draw one fine slant line so that while painting, you can show that the door is lightly opened. Okay. Now, just a curve to show the doors part. Okay. Till here, everyone draw and we will try to make it into a shape. Now we have drawn all the lines. I think complete lines we have drawn. Now what we have to do? We have to put in, get the car shape now. Okay. So draw it everyone. Once you have finished, type yes in the chat or completed. Done. Now here you need to make some shapes. Okay, so that it should look like a vintage car, right? So just give an angle like this. Okay. And then for shield, you make it like this. Back side, you can pull. See, we are seeing the car from one angle only. From one side only we are looking at the car. So the side part of the car we have to make sure to draw. At the same time, the back side of the car, how it will be visible for eyes means it will look like darker values, like a shadow of the car. But that is not shadow, that is the backside part of the car. Now I am drawing the backside value like this. So this line means the backside tire, backside wheel. Okay. That will be there, right? So that we need to put it on the paper. Now, so this is the way. Here also one small light need to draw. Inside the windows, you need to draw the other side window also, which should be dark. So with the pencil marking, you need to make dark pencil marking so that while painting, you don't miss this part. Okay, that is the back side of the window. Okay, now here you need to make one more line like this. Okay, now once you have finished the car part, you need to make sure to add the shadow value like this. This and all will come under the shadow value only. Inside the wheel, you put one more small wheel. So as I explained first that we are not going to uh, see the realism in our painting. We will be capturing proper shapes. Okay. The watercolor will follow this rule. Like in the watercolor, shapes are very important. Concept is important. Okay. And it should be very much free flow. Okay. We are not going to sit and complete in a realistic photographic way. Okay. So rest of the things we'll do with the brush itself. Now here one small shape, element shape is there. You can do that one like this. Hmm. Okay. So whatever the extra lines we have drawn, that and all you need to erase. Inside lines, inside the window line should be visible. Okay. So don't erase that one, only down part. And the foreground line, you need to erase it very lightly. Line should be visible, but you need to erase it very lightly. Okay. Now take the colors, watercolors, brushes. First I'm going to use brush number 8. This is the brush number 8 which I am going to use now. So here we will be doing color mixing. So while doing color mixing, everyone should see. Okay. Observe. See the color palette. You need to mix colors. First, I'm going to take dark blue. I'll add water. See here. First, you need to mix. Take dark blue to the color plate like this. Take dark blue. See, for color mixing, brush size is not needed. Okay, any brush you can take and mix the color. Okay, take dark blue. Okay, and clean the brush. So the brush which you are using for color mixing, don't use that brush for making painting. Okay, so while mixing the color, what happened? The brush hair will get spoiled. Okay, so avoid that. Okay, now take light green color. You need to take in very less portion of light green, more portion of dark blue, then crimson color. Use crimson color. After using crimson color, again put few more drops of dark blue. Add a few more drops of dark blue like this. And add more water to it. Okay, understood? Color mixing. What are the colors we have mixed? You need to follow the same process. You should not take green first, mix it with blue, again crimson, first crimson. Don't follow that. Follow in an order. You should follow in order that first you need to take dark blue. Okay. And then less. If you have taken 4 drops of dark blue color, then 2 drops of light green. Okay. And 1 drop of crimson color. Understood? Once you have mixed all 3 colors, now you need to balance the value by adding dark blue 2 drops. Very less. Understood? Now keep the color aside. Okay. Take clear water. This step is very important. Okay. See, when you are applying watercolors, usually everyone will get confused in this step. Okay? Because free flowing paint depends upon time, spontaneity. Okay. So you need to be very careful. Observe first, afterwards you can do. First, I'm using with mop brush. I'll take clean water and I'm placing my plant in 15 degrees angle. Raise. Okay, so that water will flow down. Okay. So I'll apply water, clear water. I'm not using any color. Don't apply inside the door, this part, and on the car and the window part. Don't apply water there. Around that, you need to apply the water. Yes. See, on my paper, dark lines will be visible. Okay. So don't follow that. On your papers, line should be very light. I already mentioned that. Okay. Apply more water. Now what we will do, we will control the water along with the color. Okay. So even in the down part of the car, that is in the foreground, you need to apply the water like this. Okay. Immediately after this, you need to apply color. So always remember, you need to apply color from top side by putting 1 drop of color. Don't paint, you need to move your brush down like this. And if the color is not moving down, add water and move it down like this. And remember, you need to control the water, not the color here. Okay? I'm going to leave little space, white space. I'm not going to apply completely. This side I can apply. It should look very lightly. Wall should not look dark blue. Okay? Even in the foreground, and apply the color like this. Here I don't want more blue color, so I'm going to take out the color by using more water here. Here more water. Color will be there, but it will be very light. Okay. It is complementing the white color only. Mm. Completely you need to remove the. Okay. Understood? So this is the step where everyone will get confused. Will feel why my paper is looking very light when you apply why it's looking very dark. What mistake you are doing means you are painting the color. You should not paint, you should move the color. Put 1 drop of color on the water which we have applied and move it down. Okay. Color should not stay on the paper. It should leave the stain on the paper. Okay. Yes. Do it, everyone. Now, once you have completed, okay, this step also you need to do simultaneously. You need to do. So now I am taking yellow ochre, yellow color to the color plate. See, this is yellow ochre. I'll apply in the crack parts. We have drawn some cracks, right? There you need to apply the yellow color. Make sure it should not flow out of the lines. If it has flow, not a problem. Immediately you need to take the tissue, okay, and remove that yellows. Whatever is flowing outside the line, you can correct it immediately. Okay, here we can't wait because if it get first layer will get set, then the second layer will look differently. So you need to do this both steps simultaneously like this. Now everyone do. Yes, dark color mixing you are asking. Dark blue, light green, and crimson color. Crimson color is look like reddish pink. You can use pink, deep rose color like that it will look. So completed everyone. Till here anyone is having questions, you can ask. If you have any questions, you can ask. If you have completed, type in the chat yes. That is yellow ochre. I'll show what is yellow ochre. It is also look like yellow only, but deep yellow. See, this is they became dry. Okay. So this is called yellow ochre. Show it on my skin. It will look like this. Yellow. Not lemon yellow. Don't use lemon yellow. Deep yellow you need to use. In normal words, you can call it as mustard yellow. Mustard yellow. Okay. Yeah. Do it. So simultaneously you need to apply. First blue, the color which we have mixed. That color which we got as a result, that is called Payne's gray. Okay. It is called Payne's gray. So Payne's gray we have applied. Then yellow ochre you need to apply in a simultaneous way. Understood? Then can we move to the next step? Next step. Can we move to the next step? Everyone are ready? Next step we have to do once the background is completely dry. So it will take time. Because of that reason, I am using hair dryer. Yes, yellow ochre. Okay. For crack yellow ochre we have used. Okay. Now, first we will do the window part and then we will move to the car part. Okay. Step by step we'll go. Now take brown color. You need to take light brown. This is called light brown. Put little water and take this brown to the color mixing plate. Take brown, the color mixing plate like this. See here I am making. Okay. Now we are not going to apply any water on the dry surface. See when we apply water and then color, that technique is called wet on wet technique. Okay, or free flow water technique. Okay, where we will control the water instead of color, or in other terms where we control water along with the color. Okay, so and also we don't blend. We will leave it. If it is showing sharpness after drying, you leave it like that only. That gives a natural look to the artwork. Okay. Now on the dry surface, we will apply this color. This is called control the technique, where we are controlling only color. Here you can use brush number 2. If you want to use brush number 6, you can use brush number 6. We'll take brush number 6. One side you need to give darker value, the other side it should be lighter value. This type of application is called gradient application. Okay, color gradient, where you can see the value scale, darker to the lighter flow. Okay, that is called gradient values. Okay, now I'll take the gray color, Payne's gray, and I'll give little darker value here. So it has to dry properly. Bottom photograph, same color you will pull it down. Okay. Now take yellow ochre. Now again you need to apply the free flow values by giving water treatment. See here, from this side you need to apply water like this. See, I am applying water now in a directional way, in an angle way. I'm not applying completely in one direction. I'm applying the water. Okay. There I'll apply mix of yellow and brown. Yellow ochre and brown. Very lightly you need to apply. Don't apply dark. Okay. Don't paint. Just touch on the paper. Understood? If you are painting, that value will look differently. Okay. Done. So if you have completed, let me know. Completed. Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to take completed. Yes. Now same yellow ochre you need to take it to the color plate. See, already I have filled all the colors like this. Okay, so while painting, I don't need to again and again go to the color plate and take. So that only color mixing plate is very useful. Now what I'll do for this, I'll add little bit of crimson color, very little. Okay, and more yellow ochre. Okay, and then little bit of what we call tint color. We need tint color. Okay, so very lightly, though after mixing color it is looking dark, you need to apply it very lightly on the wall. So first observe the screen how I'm doing. Then you can read. Now I'll take little bit of color, not too much. Okay. Yes, I'll apply here. See, on my paper, lines are visible. Okay. So that is a wrong step actually, because if I draw very lightly, it won't be visible for you. So that only I made it dark. Okay. But on your papers, try to erase the lines like this. Try to erase the all lines properly. The rough line should be visible. Okay. Paint should be properly applied. Colors. See, it should be very light. Apply little color and then apply more water. You need to push it down. Don't paint, don't scribble on the paper. Don't put too much pressure. If you are using 300 GSM, yellow ochre and then crimson color. See, 6 parts of yellow ochre, 1 part of crimson color. That's it. Okay. And I have in my color plate, I have tint color, or you can use Indian alley. That also I mixed. Yeah. Okay. This part I manage this part. Okay. Now, need not to apply completely, need not to fill complete color. You can leave little white spaces. Okay. So white paper color we can use like this. It will add highlights to your paper. Okay. Now, completed everyone, can we move to the next step? If you have completed, type yes in the chat. I'm using completely watercolors only. Okay. I'm not using the other colors. So same color you need to apply here. First, we have drawn some part of this part. Then you need to, it should look like a stream. Okay. Stream. See, this is watercolor workshop. So you need to use watercolor. Okay. So, and the other colors, if you use a color water ratio will be different. Okay. That's up to you. Right. Okay. Now, see here, I'm not using the color mixing plate. I'll be taking color directly from the color case. So I'll add water to the blue color. I'm using sky blue one. So use brush number 6. Okay. Then there is only the color. Sky blue you need to use, that is called cobalt blue ink. Okay. If you don't understand what is cobalt blue is, you can simply pick the light blue value. Okay. It's the frame of the door. Now what we are doing? We are painting. See, painting is different from free flow color application. See, very firmly I'm holding my brush in one direction. I'm moving the color. Okay, this type of application is called painting. Yes or not? Yes. Okay. Now we need to clean the brush. Now the same sky blue only, but you need to apply very lightly on the right side. Okay. So here we will use gradient texture on the screen. This part I'll be applying very light because here sun rays are touching this side element. So I'm showing the highlight with the color itself. Okay. Here also little bit blue color. And I need to increase the color gradient here. Like a shadow you need to paint. Now I'll increase the darker value. Same color, but when you add little water, it will give dark stains. When you add more water, it will give light stains. Okay, that is the magic in watercolor paintings. Okay, and now we apply the with the blue itself, I will apply one more layer. Okay, here also I will apply one more layer. Okay, understood? Completed, everyone? Do it. Completed? Now, yes. Good. Now we will use, for the car, we will be using different colors. Okay. Though it is looking like orange color in the reference image, but we will be mixing the colors. First, I'll take out the color. See here. First, you need to take orange, orange color. This is orange color. To this, add we very little bit of red. Don't add too much of red. Okay. Orange should be more, red should be less. Here it is, red color and red color. Okay, this color you need to apply on the card. Observe application, don't apply directly. You need to apply the darker side first. The color mixing which we have done, that you need to apply on the darker values first. Don't apply on the lights. Lights carry the different color, right? And the tire. See how I'm holding the brush and I'm applying the strokes. Okay. Here I'm using controlled way of technique. Now the same color I'll apply very lightly on the top because here sunlight is touching directly the head part. We need to blend here properly. Here little color in the apply the to color the car. Now to apply inside the windows of the car. Okay. Color for the car. Okay. First you need to take orange color. Again I'll mix. See who asked for them I'm telling. Everyone observe. Take orange color. Okay. After taking orange color, clean the brush and take red color. You need to add very little red. Okay. That is not direct orange. It is a mix of red and orange. You are also need to add. Okay. Once it is done, you need to add one more layer to it with orange color. So do it everyone. Completed everyone? If you have completed, type in the chat yes so that we can move to the next step. Till here, anyone is having doubts, let me know. We can discuss your questions Okay? About this topic only. Don't ask the other questions. Okay. Completed? Type yes. Now take brush number one, or if you have brush number two, you can take brush number two. Okay. Take red color. Take, see here, take red color. This is red color. And apply that red color to the lights. Lights. Okay. And then take white to the color mixing plate. White color is not visible here. Add the color which we have mixed, Payne's gray, and add it to the bar which we have paint drawn here. Okay. Now you need to take Payne's gray and apply the darker values inside the car. See here, this is very important. You need to know in the darker values itself, we will be getting mid values, lighter values. Okay. So whatever values you do, first you need to start with the lighter values only. Okay. Do the lighter value like this. Payne's gray I'm using here. I'm not using the black. Okay. Color which we have mixed. That is called Payne's gray. What colors we mixed? Dark blue, light green, crimson color. Okay. The result which we got is called Payne's gray. Okay. Now this part should be dark. This part should be light. So I have kept one drop of water here. I'm painting like this. Okay. So this part. You need to leave white space here. Okay. Leave that white circle like that only. And then this leave. Up, put one dot. Okay. Increase the darkness here. Why we are increasing? We are showing the back side of the car also, the other part of the car. Okay, that won't be visible, so we will be increasing the dark. Okay. Mm. The same gray color you need to apply for the shield fixing part. Mm. And don't use too much of water here. You need to use water should be very less. Then only you can able to make the fine lines. Inside I'm giving darker value like this to show the other side window. Okay. Who asked what is conserve color? Okay. Eh, Usually in arts, okay, we will use this type of color means to avoid unnecessary mixing, okay, and overworking with the colors. Okay. See, watercolors, what happens if we don't understand what is the effect after drying? Even after drying, also, it will take time to set. The perfect artwork will be visible after 3 to 4 days only. It will take time to set on the paper. Okay, you need to get that idea. Okay, if I apply this color in this intensity, in this pressure, then the output will be looking like this after 3 days. Okay, so that is called conservation, conserving color. It is mainly used in watercolor painting. So here usually we don't paint, we call color moving. Okay. It's okay. All lines you need to draw with breaking. Okay. Now with the thick color only, paints gray, I'll be applying the shadow part in the foreground. See here. So you should not fill the color. You should apply the color here. Fill the color means complete color you will be filling with the same one. Application means you will be leaving white spaces. Okay. the shadow of the car like this. And in the foreground also there is a shadow. So that shadow I'll be using yellow ochre. And see here I'm not painting, I'm just moving the color with the water. I've applied little color and with the water I'm moving like this. Okay, now I'll apply red color. Now I'll take orange color directly. Okay, so I'll use orange. Wherever the pencil markings are there, we need to apply the orange color like this. So you should not, after applying in the watercolors, after applying lines, what you have to do, you need to take little water and you need to move with the water only. Don't put pressure, just move the water on the artwork. Okay. Once it is get dried, what happens? You can see smooth blending. Okay. Now we will paint the tree part. Blossoms, cherry blossoms will paint. So first you need to take gray color, paint gray. We have made this color now, that one, and brown. We will mix all the colors. Take brown and gray. Okay, and then apply this as the stem part. You can use brush number 1 or 2. Anything can be used to make this lines. These are the simple line curves. Okay. Okay, now we will do the cherry blossoms. So I'll take brush number 2 only, and I'm going to take pink color. Crimson color, we'll add this color like this. Still you need to dab. Okay. So first apply water here, little bit. Apply water like this. Once you have completed, kindly share your artwork and then put water like this. On the water, apply color. Okay. Once you have applied, you need to wait till it dry. So I'll use. Okay. Now you need to dab now. The color you need to dab like this. You need to see the shade only. Okay. No need to do complete detailing here. See the shadows, values, and then you paint it. Once we have finished it, then we will do the detailing in the wall. Okay. Yes. Don't add too much of leaves. Okay. We need to get control over this. Once you have done the dabbing part, next we need to take the color with the brush. Now slowly you add the leaf parts. See the direction of the leaves, flowers, yeah, according to the image. But making this part, you need to use brush number 2 or 1 only. Okay, if you use the other brush numbers, that fineness you won't get. Okay, so whatever cherry blossoms you do, use brush number 1 or 2. Mhm. Round brush. Okay. Now you need to give the darker value. How to give? First, take Payne's gray, which we have mixed. Add it to the values here. Already we have drawn the stems like this. So don't use other colors, use gray colors only. Or you can use blue, dark blue. this. Okay. Now, see, this blossoms will fall on the foreground, right? So, foreground you need to make it with blossom color, that is pink color. So, take pink color here. You need to add like this blossoms here and there. Okay. For every pink color, there will be, when the blossom fall down, it will carry some shadow. So you need to add little shadow to it. Like this. Okay. Now we will do this part is completely dry. Now we can do that part, wall part. Okay. So we'll be taking yellow ochre and tint color to do this part. So first I'll make sure to draw the line, curve line like this. I'm adding the depth here. Yeah, when you are doing this part, your brush holding should be very smooth. You should not hold tightly. If you are holding tightly, then you will miss the color. Okay. We'll think about that. Now you can just give some uneven structures. See here you need to move your hand very fast because once you have applied this step, you need to apply the water when it is wet. So color mixing here we have studied only two types of color mixing only. One is we got Payne's gray and one is this one, orange color. Okay. So there is no much color mixing here. Color mixing here not needed actually. In the workshop itself you can study properly. When you focus, then you will get. Okay. See here you need to apply this uneven lines you have to apply there. And then add water, move the water very lightly so that it will get blend by itself like this. And also I'll add it. So here what we are telling is here some wall texture is there that we are trying to make it out. Okay. Not the exact texture. Okay. Shape of the form of the texture, not shape, form of the texture. Okay. Yes. Now I'll add little bit of Payne's gray. Mm, Here I'll give very fine lines, not too much, but very fine. It should not be visible very dark. Okay, it should be there, but very less. Okay. Now I'll apply brown color for the cracked part. Here we have given some texture. There now I'll put brown color. Use light brown. Okay. Like that. And now take gray color. So gray color you need to mix white and black. You will get gray. That gray you need to add lines to give depth here. So if you don't add depths, the work will look very plain and very basic. Okay, when you add depth, then only work will give that illusion effect for our eyes. Here we have done 1 point perspective for this artwork. Okay, like that. Next, same gray color and line at the corners. Okay. Now I'll take yellow ochre very lightly and I'll apply on this line which we have drawn. Okay. Little bit of gray colors. Here and there I am applying these dots very smoothly. You need to like that. Very smoothly you need to apply the lines. I am applying gray color. Gray color, how you will get? By mixing white and black. So if you have already gray color with you, use that in gray. So I don't have gray, so I'm mixing color white and black and I'm getting the gray color. Did you got this point? So this right side, there is a shadow of the walls. So here you need to give little gray color to show the shadow. Don't give too much. Okay, too much might spoil your artwork finishing. Just a bit shadow here. And you will pull the color out with the water. Okay. So final thing, we will be adding the shield of the car, back glass and front glass sheet. So for that, already we have applied the borders with the gray color. You need to put water, that color only will get spread like this. Okay, with the tissue, you need to remove the excess water. Instead of leaving it white, you can do this. Okay, and inside this here the core part, blue color should be visible. Okay, the glass, when you see from the glass, you can see the door also, right? Blue I'm adding here. Okay, so final thing for the window part, I'm going to do this and add brown color for the partition here. And give lines like this. Okay, so once you have finished, kindly share your artwork, mention your name, okay, to my number which we have shared in the chat itself. If you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, yes. Anyone is having questions, you can ask. If you want to increase the stem part, you can increase till now. Okay, thank you. Take picture, click photo from your phone. We have shared the phone number. To that number, you can share it. It is very easy. This is not a competition. This is a learning workshop where we don't provide any certificates. Okay. This is not at all competition. You have learned concept. That's it. Mention your name, share it to my WhatsApp number. Thank you. Thank you. Share your artwork, mention your name. We will inform you in the class group, okay? Stay in the class group. We'll be informing you about that. Okay then. Bye bye everyone. Share your artwork. Okay. So this workshop is we will conduct monthly, like every month, one day we will conduct workshop, not weekly. Okay. Make a note, we are not going to conduct this workshop weekly. Okay. We'll conduct one day, one Sunday in a month. Only one Sunday. Okay. Bye bye. Thank you.